Super Bowl 57. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, CD. All eyes on the AFC champs. A lot of folks out there in Ohio have waited a long time for this night. What a story. The Cleveland Browns, their first Super Bowl appearance ever.
It's a franchise and a fan base that's certainly been through a lot. Losing seasons, plenty of drama, a lot of failed expectations. At one point, they were winning plenty of titles in the NFL, but you have to go back to 1964 for their last one. Pre-Super Bowl era, when they beat the Baltimore Colts 27-0.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and not too many players are left from that squad 5 years ago, but this new group is looking to write a new chapter of Eagles lore.
Yeah, we certainly all remember that performance in the win over New England. Nick Foles throwing for 373 yards, catching the Philly special that will go down as one of the most iconic play calls in Super Bowl history. Now they're back and looking to make it 2 titles in 6 years.
The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by Deshaun Watson. Of course, he won a national title at Clemson and already has 3 Pro Bowls under his belt in the National Football League. Now Watson throwing things up. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Watson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl is unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Browns are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On first down, Hurts. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They go play action with Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Flush to his right. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Boston Scott, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. They'll turn to Sanders, and he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 8-7 our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. It's taken to the 26. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Philly. 47 yards. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this is caught. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll throw now on the final play. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. So it's halftime here on. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the 2nd half. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Sanders shaking and baking, and he goes out right around the 39. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Give the tackle to Anthony Walker. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take... Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson now to throw.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll return it from the 6.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Rolling to his right. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
They'll roll him out right.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensive. Ball's incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
To throw, Watson. Pass complete to Chubb.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watson to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Watson. Into the hands of Cooper.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. Be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Here now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get
and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts flushed out right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word. playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Watson on first down. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.